Welcome back to another NHL 23 video here in the channel. So in this video, we're gonna go through a wish list, NHL 24 wish list, and in the back, yes, I have the throwback rosters. You know, a game playing in the background to see. So, NHL 24 probably isn't gonna come out till like what, October again. It's probably gonna be an October release. It probably will, but yeah, man. So last year I didn't do a playlist for NHL 23, and I did for 22, but yeah, these videos have normally done very well. There hasn't been any so far that I've seen for 24, so I'm just gonna get a head start. Why not? And yeah, and I'm just going to tell you, the playlist is going to include franchise mode, roster editing, and gameplay. Be a pro. I'm just going to go through this quick. I'm just going to say, just go back to Live the Life. That's pretty much it for Be a Pro, because Live the Life was perfect. But yeah, let's start off with gameplay. I'm going to start off with the AI. I think it's still important to improve the AI, because again, while it is improved, it has been improved since NHL 21, and they keep improving it. We still need some more. You know, like, we need more, because the AI still happens to do some interesting stuff. There's a lot of things they try to do that are very interesting, special in some cases, you know, and I want to see some variety from the AI as well. You know, we see the AI always try to crash the net. Really, like, they don't take enough point shots. A lot feel. But yeah, it needs. We need to see more variety from the AI gameplay, because they'll just go, try, walk in, shoot. A lot of times look for that cross crease pass. We need more. And, you know, with my sliders, I try having more variety. It fixes it a little, but you really can't do anything for all of it. Especially with the way my rosters are constructed. It improves gameplay for me. But overall, there's a lot of things that it's on EA. So continued AI improvement. It's a little bit vague, but it has to happen. It has to happen. But yeah. Another thing for gameplay, it's the presentation. All right, the presentation. We could maybe see. I would maybe suggest and try if we could have some kind of deal with ESPN or TNT to have their broadcasts group into the game, have different, you know, and maybe different scoreboard or overlays, and different guys commenting the games depending on importance and location of the game. It would be very cool touch. It would cost a lot of money, but EA has a lot of money, so if they wanted to, they could. If they weren't cheap, they kind of can. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. And also, another thing, I'm going to stick it into the presentation, is intermission shows. The intermission has kind of improved these past 2 years, but it's still not there. I would love to see something like a show with, for example, one intermission show I like a lot from a game is NFL 2K5. You have Chris Berman, who goes through the news of the days, and he goes through the games at the same time. Shows footage even of games that you have never seen, that are not playing. So it's pretty cool thing to have. I'd love to see a concept like this added into the game in NHL 24 or beyond at some point into the series. So yeah, it would be pretty cool, and it would improve the overall experience of the player. It pretty much adds immersion, because a lot of the things EA adds, for example, showing a little bit of highlights in the intermission, it becomes stale at some point. It becomes stale. So yeah, basically that. So another thing for gameplay, it's very, very little. Okay, it's very, very little thing, but it's attention to detail, and that is refs kicking players out of face-offs. This thing is in NHL 2K10 back in the day, where you would have the refs, if the player moved too fast, too quick, you could have him kicked out of the face-off. And if it happens twice, like in the rules, it's a power play for the other team. It will be a very, very, very cool touch into the gameplay. And another very, very cool touch would be also in the shootouts. Instead of having the player start off on the puck, you could have the player skating up to the puck. Another thing that's from NHL 2K10 that you could actually do. So it's all about attention to detail. By now, you'd think they've added, and I think Tugi, he's kind of pushing for it to happen. NHL 2K10 is one of his favorite games, so I think he would kind of be pushing for that. And again, another little thing, another tiny thing would be having bench minors. It would pretty much, what it would do, you might think, oh, it's gonna be too random, it's gonna be stupid, but what I do, I kind of try and aim for realism. And if you're gonna have stupid line change, you might as well get punished for stupid line changes. So yeah, it will pretty much make it realistic. All right. So there's that. There is that. And another thing here, after whistles, especially in the playoffs, have brawls, have fights, just a lot of chaos after the whistle. It would be, first off, fun, second off, realistic. We don't have enough of that, and the players holding each other's jerseys is very much nothing. It's nothing compared to what actually would happen at worst. So yeah, there's that. What's next? Coach's challenge. Cool touch to the game. You pretty much should have it into the game by now. I don't know why they don't. But Coach's challenge, especially when there's a lot of stupid plays happening in this game, stupid decisions by the refs, you could maybe try challenge the play. If you win it, keep the timeout. If you lose it, you lose your timeout, just like in real life. That's pretty much it. It should be in the game. It's a little feature. It's pretty little to add. It's not big, but yeah, it will be much better for us players, especially online gaming. Challenging stupid plays. It would pretty much do a lot for us as players. So another thing that is fun, that would be fun, is let us run goalies again. Just like on old gen, let us run goalies. Please. Let us do it. I know there might be a reason why they didn't, after old gen they removed it. but it's for more realism. It happens. Goalies get run. It's for more fun. Why not? NHL 14 was one of the best games because of that. Simple as that. Simple. Another cool game mode to add would be ref mode. Why not? A tiny bit of fun. Tiny bit of fun right there. Why not? But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. We're pretty much going to be on the last thing. On the last thing for gameplay, it would be more sliders, maybe? Update your sliders? Because I swear to God, you cannot control a lot of things in this game. I want to be able to control tendencies, like how much back skating you have on players, how many times they would turn it over, how many times they would shoot from the point. Also the pace of the game, like the amount of whistles, the amount of stoppages. That too. Pretty much control the entire game. And again, tendency sliders is a very, very good thing. It's a very important thing. Because if you're not going to fix how the AI plays overall, let us control it. Let us control how many point shots we can have, how many cross creases, shit like that. So yeah, that'll pretty much be it. And I'm going to squeeze one little thing here for game modes. All right, we're done with gameplay, going in with game modes. All right. The one game mode I want for NHL 24 to come back is Winter Classic. It needs to come back at some point, especially next gen with the new graphics. It would be good in the stadiums and shit like that. And add it to every game mode. Have it be on Play Now, have it be on Franchise Mode, have it be on Be a Pro, have it be everywhere. Even when going on an online versus or an online shootout, outdoor games should be available for us to play. It shouldn't be that complicated to add back. It hasn't been added back since NHL 14. Come on, EA. So I'm gonna look at the script here. Roster editing. And roster editing is when I have a lot of things here. Alright. So give us the ability to edit age. Either edit age or have an eras type mode like NBA 2K has. Alright. Have that. Either let us edit age, which is very, 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 very beneficial for throwback rosters that have become kind of a trend lately with Snipe and Score and me putting in a roster lately. You're gonna see more guys try and do one. So yeah. Basically, either let us edit age. If you actually can't let us edit age of players, then have an eras type mode. You pretty much go have rosters from every year, and that's it. Every year, and we can pretty much play with it. Every year in the entire history, Gretzky era, Crosby era, McDavid era, and authentic jerseys, authentic rosters, authentic systems, everything. It would take a lot of work, but it would pay off, and it would be very, very appreciated by the fans. All right. Again, more customization would be nice in the creation. Eye size, nose length, beard length, hair. To have more options, because sometimes there's always a middle ground and it's not very good. It's not going to be very, very clear for us. But yeah. Player tendencies in rosters, pretty much. We need more tendencies. For example, turn over the puck, shit like that. For abilities, give us like power play ones or wraparound ones, or you know, negative abilities would be great. You know, have abilities that affect players negatively. That would be something nice to add. But yeah, basically that. And for create a team, uh, can we please have more than 3 jerseys to choose from? Up to 5. Up to 5. All right. Have 3 alternate jerseys. Have up to 3 alternate jerseys, for the sake of us having to create teams, wanting to create teams, and then we cannot have all the jerseys of the teams or all the logos, because this team may have five total logos, but we can only add 3. So it would be less of a pain in the ass to just increase the slots. They give us a choice to add 4 or 5 from each. So yeah, for franchise mode, now we're gonna be into it, right into it. The AI franchise mode, the trade logic, draft logic, overall logic is terrible. The AI does not know how to build a team. It does not know. Please improve it, because I cannot afford, we cannot afford to see every RFA, every good prospect. We see decent prospects in free agency every time that the AI just drops for no reason. And then any team can sign him, and the whole thing is screwed. Let the AI identify which players are worth keeping and which players aren't. Which players are worth drafting and which players aren't worth drafting. It would do wonders and would be less of a headache to just look at these teams be completely mismanaged. And we would need, and it would make franchise mode harder, which is good, because we cannot build super teams within 3 years anymore. That means, so please, we cannot have superstars walk every year. It's not realistic. Teams should find a way to do everything in their power to go and re-sign that franchise player. I don't want to see Draisaitl in free agency. Come on. So, in terms of scoring, the settings, I want us to have a different settings when it comes to forwards, in terms of scoring, in terms of high scoring and high shot frequency, or low or medium for defensemen, because forwards and defensemen have different production. So we shouldn't be able to see about the same 300-point players, 300-point defensemen. We should see a lot more of that in terms of forwards. So there you have it right there. So again, I put in many wish lists. I would love to see the ability to edit real team jerseys. Hopefully you can at some point, but it's a really big stretch right there. I would love to have training camp be a thing. Adds more realism. Players have training camp. Why not have it into the game? Ability to schedule practices. That should be a thing that makes its return at some point. Player meetings. I want more realistic type meetings, like NFL 2K5 has. We can pretty much call meetings, and you can end meetings in certain ways. Like, for example, in NFL 2K5, you can end a meeting very negatively, like scream at players as you storm out, something like that. And on to the next one here, another little one: ability to talk players out of retirement. So if you need that player again, you want to have one last run, you can talk to them out of retirement, and after that, they retire. One last year, they retire. It would be a nice touch of the game. And it would pretty much improve realism, because that actually happens, where players are just talked out of retirement and they play one more year. All right, so adding clauses to player contract, no trade clauses should be a thing in the game. So it kind of limits you who you can trade and who you cannot. And they actually have a list of teams as well, a modified no trade clause. So a list of teams that they would want to get traded to. So, yeah. And also, a thing Madden added recently would be player tags. So basically, you can have tags such as mentor, star, bridge player, rookie, or young star, whatever, something like that. So you can pretty much, we can see the AI pretty much see who's important and who's not. It would pretty much help with trade logic, with AI trade logic, basically. So yeah. So the next one's gonna be a free agency one. It would be player preferences based off of location, team situation, etc. Makes it harder to sign any free agent. This should be a thing in the game. I don't want to see, like, for example, the location could be a factor, close to home, or the team situation. So, for example, you can have a lot of players decide not to sign with Canadian teams because of tax and weather and living conditions and shit like that. It would add more immersion to the game, more realism, because it's actually a thing. And it's a thing in Madden as well. So, and honestly, it's actually one of the things executed pretty well in Madden. Like, really one of the few things. But yeah. I would want to have the ECHL. It's not that big of a deal, but it's pretty much invisible in the game. It's pretty much invisible. It's just a league, but it's not a league in franchise mode. It's invisible. So, yeah. Basically. Ability to send players to Europe on loan. European leagues being visible. And European signed players, can they please not become free agents if they're signed in Europe? Like, that would be a nice thing, instead of having all these European players after year one appear for absolutely no reason when they have a contract in Europe. So yeah. And about the ability to send players to Europe on loan, it happens in real life, and that's a thing in FIFA. You can pretty much, in FIFA, you can send players to other leagues on loan, and after that they can come back. Pretty much, you can pretty much do that for more, so that they can develop and get more ice time or play time. It will pretty much help the player with their development. And World Juniors would be great to add, especially when you have the license of the IIHF. You might as well take full advantage of it. Take full advantage of it and pretty much add it into the game. And we can pretty much have the ability to construct rosters, basically. But yeah, about that. Ability to see scoring in the CHL and Europe. That's a thing. And also standings. That's also a thing in FIFA, where you can pretty much go and see the scoring and standings and everything from other leagues as well. Not only your league, but other leagues as well. In NHL, it's pretty much limited to NHL and AHL. We want to see it from CHL, see how good our own prospects are doing after their draft years, and other guys in their draft years, or guys 2 years away from their draft years. So why not? Why not, man? So the next two ones are gonna be pretty much like a a added lines kind of thing. I would love to see the 11 and 7 formation. So the ability to dress 7 defensemen if you wish to. This is not in the game. A lot of teams have been doing that for a very, very long time. So why not implement it into the game? Why not? Why the hell not? And the next thing, taxi squad. It's a thing in real life. Why not add it into the game? It'll pretty much make it easier for us to not just keep sending guys up and down and shit like that, dude. And the taxi squad does not count against the salary cap either, so you can pretty much keep them there. If there's an injury, bring them up easily. But they're not in the AHL, so it's all going to be fine. Next thing is going to be suspensions and fines. That should... I thought... You'd think that was a thing by now, but suspensions, I would love to see suspensions for bad hits, bad plays in the sim. But yeah, basically that. Licensed coaches would be nice. Find a way to have licensed coaches like they have in Madden. Or pretty much if you want to be a coach, you should just have like a coach mode type of thing. But it would be great to have the license, have licensed coaches. But yeah, man, that's pretty much gonna be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me guys what you think down below. It was a long list. It could have been more. It could have actually been more, but that's pretty much all I'm gonna have for this video. Telling you guys what you want for NHL 24, and what you think. What do you think? And what I think should be happening is EA should stop listening to the casual crowd. Just listen to the hardcore crowd and try and make the game as realistic as possible. And franchise mode, make it as hard as possible as well, because it's kind of vanilla at this point, you know. But yeah, the game has a lot of potential. If we make these changes, we can pretty much bring it to the next level. Oh, and one last thing about the edit age for players, being able to edit their age, and the the eras feature that I want, like in 2K. If you won't do that, at least increase the creative player limit to like 1,000 players. At the least increase it. All right. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like button. And yeah, see you guys in the next one.